JBN, we keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, gunmen rob Mandeville remittance outlet, millions stolen, police say. Armed robbers struck at a remittance outlet on Manchester Road in Mandeville on Thursday morning, making off with over $8 million in cash. A senior police source has confirmed that the robbery happened about 9:30 a.m. Preliminary reports are that the gunmen entered the remittance outlet, located close to the Mandeville town centre, and held up employees at the establishment, demanding access to cash. The source said the gunmen took millions of dollars before making their escape. The Mandeville police are investigating the incident. Licensed fireman ammo stolen from JP's home in Clarendon. A licensed fireman, more than 50 rounds of ammunition were stolen from the home of a justice of the peace in Clarendon while he was off the island recently. Reports received are that a safe with a JP's licensed Glock firearm, 55 9mm cartridges, and motor vehicle documents was stolen from a bedroom at the house. It is understood that the theft was discovered last week while the caretaker was making checks at the JP's home. It was reported that the JP left the island and informed the caretaker to give the keys to a family member who was visiting from overseas. The visitor gave the keys to another family member to return them to the caretaker. Police said a few days after he was given the keys, the caretaker went to the property where the theft was discovered. A report was subsequently made to the authorities. Detectives probing the theft said initial investigations have revealed that there was no sign of forced entry into the house. No arrest has yet been made in connection with the incident. Alleged goat thief killed by mob in St. Anne. The Sentence Bay police have launched an investigation into the mob killing of a man who was caught allegedly stealing goats in Alderton District in Claremont, St. Anne on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Tevin Pinnock, otherwise called Shatty, a labourer of Rambling St. Thomas and Windward Road, Kingston 2. According to the Sentence Bay police, about 7 p.m., lawmen were summoned to a scene where a man was allegedly mobbed after he tried stealing goats. Upon their arrival, Pinnock was seen with multiple chop wounds all over his body. The female that accompanied him was arrested and taken into custody. Investigations continue. Unidentified body removed from a gully in Seaview. The Hunts Bay police are seeking the assistance of the public in identifying the body of a female that was removed from a gully in Seaview Gardens, Kingston 11 this morning. The body was in the nude and is in a state of decomposition. Residents reported smelling a foul odor on Wednesday and alerted the lawmen. Upon the police's arrival, the remains of the woman were seen floating. A senior officer at Hunts Bay said that the woman's body was not removed from the gully until this morning, as the area was extremely dark and they had to seek the assistance of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. The body was removed to the morgue for post-mortem. Mentally ill man in custody following arson attack on Manchester supermarket. A mentally ill man is suspected to have set ablaze a supermarket in Christiana, Manchester on Wednesday, is now in police custody and receiving treatment. Eyewitnesses say the man was seen lighting a fire near the back room attached to the front of the building. Deputy Superintendent at the Mandeville Fire Station, Ron Powell, said a call was received at the Christiana Fire Station approximately 2:20 a.m. He said the fire, which started in the back room, spread to the interior of the supermarket but was quickly contained. The estimated loss, he said, is $300,000. No one was injured. One business operator in the area, Lennox Powell, said there is no unease within the business community stemming from the incident. Normally, most people in Christiana try to treat people of unsound mind good. We try to feed them if they are hungry. Give them a biscuit and juice or $100, he said. Powell said this is key in helping to avoid any instance where a mentally ill person may act violently as a result of perceived ill treatment. Some business persons don't understand that. Sometimes the best way to deal with them is not to use aggression. Understand that they're not well and treat them accordingly. We know many of them by name. I would talk to them how they can understand. We try to treat them with as much respect as possible, and we generally don't have any issues, Powell stated. St. Elizabeth woman pleads guilty to Ganja charges. A 39-year-old farmer, Nicola Wilson, of Burn Savannah in St. Elizabeth, pleaded guilty to the charges of possession of Ganja, dealing in Ganja and trafficking Ganja when she appeared in the Port Antonio Parish Court on Tuesday. Wilson, along with Jordan Brown, a 19-year-old construction worker of Burn Savannah in St. Elizabeth, Gary Rogers, a 44-year-old taxi operator of Burn Savannah in St. Elizabeth, and a 17-year-old girl of Lionel Town, Clarendon, were jointly charged on April 8 following a high-speed vehicle chase with the police in Port Antonio. The prosecutors claimed all 4 people were aboard a Toyota Voxy minibus, which sped away after the driver was signaled to stop along the Nuttall Main Road on April 8. The chase which ensued ended on Stony Hill Road, where 2 parcels of ganja were discovered in the vehicle. In court on Tuesday, Wilson pleaded guilty on all counts and was fined $15,000 or 30 days imprisonment for possession of ganja, $32,000 or 60 days imprisonment for dealing in ganja, and $38,000 or 60 days imprisonment for trafficking ganja. The sentences are to run concurrently if the fines are not paid. The matters against the other parties were withdrawn. Jackson presses JCF on unsolved murder at ex-attorney's home. Opposition lawmaker Fitz Jackson on Tuesday criticized the police high command over the unsolved 2016 murder of a man whose body was discovered in the now disbarred attorney-at-law Patrick Bailey's Barbican St. Andrew home. The senior lawmen, including Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, were before Parliament's Internal and External Affairs Committee, where Jackson warned that a message was being sent of there being 2 Jamaicas. The case resurfaced after both Anderson and Fitz-Bailey, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP in charge of the crime portfolio, noted that the police had managed to achieve an unprecedented clear-up rate of over 725 murder cases within a year. You have a couple of famous non-clear-up ones, like the German junior murder in Barbican, Jackson said in response to the figure. Let me tell you why I keep reminding you of the significance of it. As we seek to improve this country, one of our responsibilities as a parliament and all of us in leadership is to seek to ensure that we don't crystallize or solidify in the ordinary Jamaican's mind that there are 2 Jamaicas when it comes to crime and the resolution of murders, he added. Jackson asserted that the High Command knows very well the issue with the murder case, in which no one has been held accountable, despite the circumstances surrounding the homicide. Bailey, a prominent attorney at the time, told the police that he stumbled upon Junior's body on the couch in his living room in the wee hours of September 30, 2016. The body had more than a dozen stab wounds and a single gunshot wound to the right side of the head. The lawyer, who according to preliminary reports stepped through the brutal slaying, was immediately ruled out as a suspect. The police had reported that there was no sign of forced entry. Bailey's doctor, the late Jephthah Ford, ordered bed rest after he was called to the scene by an assistant commissioner of police, who said that the attorney appeared to be unwell. He gave a statement to the police 2 weeks later. On Tuesday, the deputy commissioner stressed that the police operate on evidence. DCP Bailey said that he was aware of the incident, which predated his appointment to the portfolio, but noted that the police could not manufacture evidence. We go by the investigative process. We use all the available resources to determine if a crime has been committed. You can just go so far and no more as an investigative body. I know that it is a hot topic, but the facts are just the facts, and we can't go beyond the facts, Bailey argued. Still, Jackson pressed the issue, calling Bailey's answer perfect, while at the same time pointing out that the Jamaica Constabulary Force's non-success in these instances raised eyebrows within the population. He also pointed to a murder in Mandeville, Manchester a few years ago, which is believed to have occurred in the presence of prominent officials. Not one report of any arrest. The person was shot and killed in a house in Mandeville. No one to date has been charged with that murder. Then you have the one now in Barbican, and there was an alleged relationship with other murders, he charged. Jackson said that he was a bit distressed after speaking with the brother of the deceased, who noted that nothing will come of Junior's case because of the circumstances. Issues like these we can't allow to die or just roll under the carpet, said Jackson, who added that nothing in law prevented the police from giving updates on the case. In response, DCP Bailey said that there have been several case reviews of the Barbican murder and that there have been specific assignments given. For us who want to be transparent, it doesn't matter who the person is, and I can speak for the Commissioner, if I may, that we carry no brief for anyone. If you have committed an offence against the state, our duty as police officers is to search for the evidence and ensure that justice is done, said Bailey. He stopped short of disclosing that the police had exhausted all avenues in the case, but said that the case remained active. He called on the public to assist the police with any information it may have. Trial date set for a vendor who allegedly almost severed man's ear. The St. James Parish Court decided on Thursday to set a trial date for jerk chicken vendor David Gordon, who allegedly almost severed the ear of another vendor during an argument. The matter was previously delayed due to an outstanding medical certificate. Gordon appeared in the St. James Parish Court to face a charge of unlawful wounding, which was reduced from wounding with intent. The matter was previously sent to restorative justice, but it was unsuccessful because Gordon objected to the proposed sum he was being asked to pay. When the case came before presiding parish judge Sasha Mary Smith Asher on April 4, attorney Chimio Paris requested the medical certificate to properly advise his client, but on Thursday, the court was told that the certificate was still not available. It doesn't seem as if there will be any settlement in this matter. We can't be wasting time like this, the judge said. Before setting the matter for a trial on June 21, Gordon's bail was extended. The exact date of the incident was not provided, but it is alleged that both parties were jerking chicken on a section of Jimmy Cliff Boulevard when a dispute developed. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.